Well, hello everybody. Almighty Tevin here, and welcome to another video. Today is a very special day in Doxfordale history and law. He's given us his new tax amount. So we're going to play a little bit of the start of this video from April 8th. DSP Gaming. When I mention taxes anymore, parentheses, tax lies, the best part about this video is he show a big ass folder and he's like, dude, my fucking taxes are in there. I'm gonna rewind this a little bit. Then after this, I guess I put some fake timestamps in the description. After this is the video that came out today. The Darks Fidel, $17,161 in taxes. And that is a phenomenal thumbnail. Really showing who doing all the work. Him and Chestnut. They out here trying to survive. Can't change who you are, I guess. But I probably won't play this whole video unless it's actually worth it. Oh God. Why do I always do that? That's the new thing now, huh? Okay, gotta mute myself, I guess.
Long segment, but I do want to kind of gloss over what I found out about my taxes. In fact, first off, I guess I should do this. All right. Hold on. Hello, everybody. Sorry for the extreme close-up face cam here, but I figured I should show you my taxes. Here they are. There's actually a big...
Here they are. This is actually a big thing with all my taxes in it.
Thing from my tax attorney
look at
that
it.
I got yesterday, 2017
It's a
taxes.
very fancy folder.
You know, and in here, a ridiculous amount of documents
Ridiculous.
and information.
Look at them.
Breaks it down. Look, it breaks it down into detail and everything.
What the fuck was that little shimmy he did? Look, it breaks it down. Oh, it breaks it down and everything.
Amount of documents and information about.
Just look at him wobbling around.
Breaks it down. Look, it breaks it down into detail and everything about everything that happened over the course of 2017, what I paid, what I owe, the bill that I got from my tax attorney, yada yada
What
yada.
fucking
it's all right in here.
Lies.
All right. Now I can't show this to you because it has a ridiculous amount of personal information in there. It's got my tax ID number.
Obviously.
It's got filing numbers. It's got addresses. It's got all this information that can at least obviously know exactly what the trolls are doing. So I'm not going to show you any of that stuff. All right. Some people
the cat existed.
Scan the documents, block out certain areas, and then upload that block.
Oh my lord, the mock voice. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this was after cat, but it was before she moved in. I don't know. I'm lost right now.
It doesn't matter. The bottom line, guys, is it doesn't matter what I show you in here. All right. People will say I lied anyway. People will say it's doctored. People will say I photoshopped it. People will say
he photoshopped the video. By the way.
True. It doesn't matter what I show you in here. None of it is relevant.
Well, okay, to be fair, I guess he could Photoshop it and then print it and then hold it in the folder. God damn it.
Because people will just immediately.
It sounded way more fun to think about him trying to Photoshop a video or thinking Photoshopping a video was a thing.
Shit up and say that I lied or whatever, and it's not proof of anything anyway. Okay.
And I love this hot meme. I shouldn't have to give you information or even tell you the truth because everybody's gonna say it's a lie anyway. Oh. Go for it.
That's sad. It's sad that they will. The people who criticize me the most are not logical. They're not logical humans. They will literally make conspiracy theories up. They will say whatever they want. It doesn't matter what I show you. None of it will prove anything. All right. So, that being said, here's what I found out. All right. Here's what I found out in a nutshell. I
like how he turned his camera back off to get back to talking for 20, 30, 40 minutes. With a slideshow playing.
Enough money raised since what I had left over from the end of 2017, plus the money that I've raised between the earlier months of the year and now, plus some other money that has come in. Like for example, my parents gave me a birthday gift and stuff like that. All that.
By the way, he's given us extra information and what I like to consider worthless information to muddy the entire discussion. Now he confused you. He talked about random shit for the last 30 seconds. You don't know what the fuck going on.
And everything I raised this last week, all that money is enough to, number one, pay off the remaining taxes.
Okay. This is like if somebody tell you about their bills in real life and they say, well, that's counting the times I bought food. That's counting the times I had to buy gas. That's counting the times I had to pay bills. So I ended up with $40 left. like this worthless fucking information, man. It's insane.
that I still have to pay for 2017, which are due at the middle of this month, April 17th. And number two, it's enough to pay my tax attorney fees. All right. My remaining taxes are roughly around like $4,000. They're actually a little bit more. I think it's like 4,100 and change. And my tax attorney fees are just under 1,000. So it's about five more fees. All right. My remaining taxes are roughly around like $4,000. They're actually a little bit more. I think it's like 4,100 and change. And my tax attorney fees are just under 1,000. So it's about $5,000 that I owe, but I have enough money to cover all of that. That's about almost exactly.
Nigga, you know what I just fucking thought about? This is an April 8th, right? The last video I uploaded that was about this, I played the clip when he said he didn't pay any taxes in 2018. And it's a fucking video from the tax shit from 2018, and he literally saying I have enough to pay all of it. Wait a minute, huh?
What I owe, and my tax attorney fees are just under 1,000. So it's about $5,000 that I owe, but I have enough money to cover all of that. That's about.
What the fuck? Really? Okay. What happened to the money? April 8th, 2018. I have enough to pay off my taxes. February, March, or whatever, someday, 2019. In 2018, I didn't pay any taxes. Maybe we can give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe the bill he talking about right here, the 5,000 or whatever, that's from 2017. Just maybe. But even if that's the case, you still say to yourself, after all of this tax stuff, why would he literally not pay anything? So no matter what, it's a lie. Because if he paid the 2018, well, it's kind of not. If he paid the 2018 taxes, no, the 2017 taxes in the start of 2018, and he didn't pay ahead or whatever. Yeah, you know what? No matter how you think about it, it don't make fucking sense. Disregard everything. Disregard everything. So either he lied when he said that he paid taxes here, or he paid taxes for the whole last year here. But why would he decide to not pay taxes for an entire year after having tax drama for half a year? And then start the next year with tax drama? Wow.
Almost exactly what I raised, but in the last few months, plus, like I said, people people who were very generous this last week, and in addition, my parents helped me and everything. So the good news is, as of last year's taxes, in addition, my parents helped me and everything. So the
parents that he want to come visit, almost an exact year later. This was April 8th, 2018. By April 9th, 2019, he gonna be getting ready to get on a plane to go visit his parents. So last year, a fucking year ago, he took money from his parents to help pay his taxes. A year later, he's telling us he didn't pay taxes the previous year, and he wants to visit his parents before they get too old. But they can't fly across to him because they're too old. But they're not too old to give you money, huh? Wow. What a great fucking guy. And if you say, even if you give him the other benefit of the doubt and say he lied about getting money from his parents to pay his taxes to make people feel bad for him, well, then you're just a liar, and I thought you was the realest motherfucker on the internet. And if you're telling the truth, it's like, damn, dude, you get money from your elderly parents to pay taxes. But he wants to see them before they get too old. And they can't get on a plane. That takes too much effort for old people to do. Obviously. They're not even that old.
As of last year's taxes, I'm good to go. I'm not going to be considered a default or back. That would be terrible. If I couldn't pay the 2017 taxes, that would be the absolute worst case scenario. The good news is I'm not in the absolute worst case scenario. So, thumbs up. That's a good thing. Okay? That's a good thing. The bad news is that because I'm self-employed, okay, the government, the feds, expect me to just have magical funds available at all times. They don't actually care.
And that's when you do the begging streams.
Care about the ups and downs
Very
of business.
Nice.
They don't care when your big boom time of the year is or when your slow time of the year is. They just don't give a shit. They expect you every quarter when you're self-employed to pay them a certain amount of money. That's how taxes work in the United States of America. I know that sounds ludicrous because, for example, The early months of 2018 have been bad on YouTube, really bad. Ad revenue's terrible. They did pick up slightly in March a little bit, and now it's back to being terrible again. All right. So it's pretty ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous that that's how it works, because what they really should look at is what did you actually make income-wise, and now pay it adjusted for that. That's not how it works. They actually just want you to pay an estimated tax fee every quarter. So they actually now on top of the $5,000 that I have to pay right now, $4,100 or whatever for the rest of my
4,100 or whatever.
17 taxes, and the
What an adult, by the way.
dollars I have to pay to my tax attorney for doing my taxes. They also expect
Wait,
me
how
to
much
pay
was it last year?
$1,000 I have to pay to my pay right now, $4,100 or whatever for the rest of my 2017 taxes, and the $1,000 I have to pay.
Oh, it's apparently just 1,000. I guess we're rounding around to whatever, but the price went up. If it was 1,000 last year, he told us it was more than 1,000 this year. Whoops.
Tax attorney for doing my taxes.
Why is he
They
talking
also
so fucking
expect me to
fast?
pay another $4,000. All right, by April 17th for the first tax payment of 2018.
Okay. So he paid his taxes for 2017. That's been covered. That's cleared in the start of 2018. But he paid it in 2018, so you can be petty and say, well, you said you didn't pay any taxes in 2018 or whatever. You can, I don't know. It's DSP. 20 taxes in 18 could be could be taxes from 2015. Fuck it.
Yeah, I know how stupid that really sounds.
But I want to hit his part.
First tax payment of 2018. Yeah, I know how stupid that really sounds.
Also, how do you pay $5,000 for a whole year, and then your quarterly payment for the next year is $5,000?
It does sound stupid, but that's what they expect you to not only be paying the back, but now pay up front. That's not how business works, but that's how taxes work in the U.S., okay?
Oh, my God.
So I'm screwed. And the reason I'm screwed is literally after I pay the 2017 taxes and my tax attorney, which I have to pay, and I can't be overdue on the tax attorney, I have no money to pay these new taxes at all. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work like that. Who are you telling this to? Is he trying to make himself feel better? It doesn't work like that. It's like a fucking kid. This not how it's supposed to work.
Sucks. And Jerry says, could you do a payment plan? Dude, that's not how
That's not how it works.
Payment plan. You do a payment plan for back taxes to pay them over time. These are new taxes accruing over the course of 2018. There's no payment plan for
Jesus.
it. All
Calm
right.
down.
They just
don't get
expect
so
it
mad.
to be due in the middle of April.
Yo, listen.
All right. They just expect it to be due in the middle of payment plan for it. All right. They just expect it to be due.
Did he angrily sit his controller down during that rant?
In the middle of April, no matter what. I don't have it. So bottom line is, I won't be overdue on my back taxes from last year, but as of my new taxes of this year, I can't pay them. All right. Now, every quarter, they expect me to pay another sum. June, September, December. Okay. I'm already going to be behind.
So based on what he told us, he didn't pay any of this. Not one single payment. Very nice.
Okay. It sucks. I don't want to be behind, but I am. There's nothing I can do about it. I have no magical funds.
I like how he told us that he paid his back taxes, and these are his new taxes, but he's behind. He literally is, well, not ahead, but he's not behind. I paid my back taxes. Now all I owe is current taxes. Dude, I'm behind. He didn't have money to do it.
I could sell. I have no magical funds that I have no magical funds.
Magical funds. He got to pay pigs. His parents, apparently. No magical funds. Those other magical funds already ran out.
Nothing I could sell. I have no magical funds that I can do to raise.
Did he say magical funds twice?
It sucks. I don't want to be behind, but I am. There's nothing I can do
I'm
about it.
pausing
I
this
have
too
no
much.
magical funds.
Magical funds.
I have nothing I could sell.
Nothing I could sell.
I have no magical funds that I can.
No magical funds that I can do a stream to make a bunch of money? What?
To raise tons of magical funds.
Oh, he needs magical money to do, huh?
Sell.
Let me get this.
I have no magical funds that I can do to raise tons of money out of nowhere.
No, never mind. I don't have magical funds. I have nothing to sell. I don't have magical funds.
Not pay my other bills, if I don't pay my credit card bills, if I don't pay my loan bills, if I don't pay the electricity and gas, if I don't pay the mortgages, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're gonna
I'm
not
kicked
pay
out
your
of my
lights
house.
first.
I can't operate the business and make money, so I have to do what I have to
He's
do.
also apparently going to be kicked out of the house if he doesn't pay his credit card bills for a month. Well, how the fuck you got in debt then? If you paid everything on time.
This whole thing sucks.
It does suck. I
Okay.
agree.
So that being said, barring a miracle, which is not going to happen. I'm a realist, and I guess I shouldn't say it's not going to happen. It's really very incredibly unlikely. Where am I going to get $4,000 between now and the 17th of April? I really don't foresee it happening, at all.
Hint, hint. Pay pigs, rise up.
That's right, you fucking pay pig. That's right. I'm talking to you. That's right.
How can you be more subtle for us, DSP?
17th of April. I really don't foresee it happening.
I really use like $4,000 extra. I don't really see it happening. I don't really think it's gonna happen. But wink, wink. It would be pretty nice if it did.
At all. I'm just going to be behind. And what's going to happen is there's going to be fees and penalties associated with not paying this payment in April like I'm supposed to.
And he didn't pay it.
All right. So there's another payment coming up in June.
I mean, based on his story, he didn't pay it.
If I can't pay that one, there's going to be more fees.
Based on his story, he didn't pay that one.
More penalties associated with that. All right. It sucks.
It does suck. I like how he was so paranoid and panicked and scared of penalties and fees enough to talk about it in fucking April and the start of last year. And then you fast forward to the start of this year and you're like, nah, bro, I ain't paying none of that shit. Well, I thought you were scared of the penalties and the fees. He knew what was going to happen for not paying them. It's not like this is his first time. How do you go twice without paying taxes for a whole year or multiple years? And you come back like, what the fuck, dude? How was I supposed to know? How dare you?
And then, September, December are the last two payments.
Hey, that one didn't happen.
Well, I take it back. It's actually not December. I think it's January.
Oh, now he don't know. It's the middle of January. Don't matter. Didn't happen.
Like January 15th. So the good news is, guys, it's not all bad news. I just want to let you know. First of all, the good news is it's not worst case scenario.
The good news is you can tip me.
Absolute worst case scenario would have been, I don't even have enough money to pay my back taxes. Now I'm completely fucked. All right, that's not the situation. Thank God. All right, that's number one. Number two, I have time. And what I mean by that is, even though I'm not going to be paying the taxes immediately when the government wants me to, I still have an opportunity to pay them. All right, the problem is, yes, will there be fees? Will there be, late charges? Probably. But usually, typically from what I find out, there's usually only a couple $100 or whatever. It's not like, oh God, you didn't pay your taxes.
I like how he scoffs at a couple $100, but a dude send him $10 and they get on his knees.
You owe $10,000 in late fees. That'd be insane.
It would be
insane.
insane.
That's not how it works. So really, what I'm looking at is the
Waiting
following.
for whales?
Right now, things are okay on stream.
This is so fucking ridiculous. You have this big lead up with this dude talking about money. And then he like, okay, so how are we doing? Well, for now, the streams are good. He's not even telling us what he's going to do to try to make more money. It's like, well, I'm doing okay. We can do better, people that helped me do okay.
Great.
It's like if a YouTube channel could ask people to subscribe even if they subscribed. That's pretty much what he'd do every day. Well, you helped me out a lot, but it'd be nice if you could help me out even more. We don't need new people to help me out. You just need to step it up.
YouTube sucks right now. I'm being real with you
YouTube
guys.
sucks, by the way.
It went up and was actually pretty good in March for about half the month, and then as soon as April hit, it tanked again. Because what happened was, I guess they had a bunch of good advertisers for the second half of
Yeah,
March.
this is the same fucking stupid discussions we get in today's pre-streams. So screw that.
How many high-profile games have I played?
Hey, it's about
2?
video games. Mr. Talent Man. We can finish off on this. Mr. Talent Man. Because no one else in the world has talent. Darks Fidel has talent. He has talent. He's a professional talker. But he still needs video games to try to make money. Everyone else is a clout chaser, by the way. But he talk about his fucking taxes. He want to get thousands of dollars, and he like, well, it's a couple games coming out soon. Maybe people will show up for that because they don't want to watch me play games I actually like. Oh well. Let's get this hot new one. Hey, look, it's a fucking slideshow. Man, I really enjoyed a level of DSP fucking footage. It's an hour-long slideshow and 5 hours of him staring at his TV. Jesus Christ. Now I know why I've been looking at OBS the whole time I've been recording this video, because they got the fucking dancing people over there. At least I can look at that. These fucking slideshows, man.
That I have
fucking
now
slideshows.
It's good and bad news. All right. So here's the good news. All right. I misunderstood how a lot of the tax stuff worked. I thought that if I didn't pay my taxes
what's on a button?
by April 15th,
a button being hit.
That I was going to have
what am I doing?
A ridiculous
I couldn't pause it the right way.
Amount of
there we go. What now?
How a lot of the tax stuff worked. I thought that if I didn't pay my I misunderstood how a lot of the tax stuff worked.
Dude, are you fucking for real? How many clips, maybe thousands, over the last year when people said stuff about taxes, and he would respond, dude, that's not how it works. You must not know anything about taxes. You must be a kid. And then he comes up here and sits here and tell us, I didn't know how some of the tax stuff worked. Fucking nice. You can make a montage out of him saying people are wrong about taxes. It would be a slideshow because it's all in the pre-streams. But it's so many times. You guys don't really know how it works. What are you talking about? That's wrong.
Thought that if I didn't pay my taxes
wonderful
by April 15th, that I was going to have a ridiculous amount of late fees, a ridiculous amount of interest, and like it was going to destroy me. Like, not only would I owe what I owe for my regular taxes for the year, but also then there would be a ton of extra shit on top of it. Actually, in reality, that's not how it works.
How did it work last year then? If it works completely different the next year, apparently. So the late fees and shit don't exist now? But he was hyping them up in the start of last year.
The way it works is I have until the middle of April to pay what I pay, and then based on what I don't pay, then it begins to accumulate interest and fees and the like. So in reality, even though the federal government tells you you have to pay your taxes quarterly in the United States, like they say, oh, if you're self-employed, you have to pay every quarter, you have to pay a certain amount of money based on your estimates of what you're going to make. You actually don't have to do it at all.
That is a phenomenal out of context clip. If you ended on the you didn't have to do it at all part, because he didn't do it at all. After he was crying in the start of 2018 about how he's going to have to pay quarterly taxes, he didn't pay anything. And then he comes back in the start of 2019, tell us he didn't pay the taxes, even though when he got money from people, he said it was for taxes. Then in the start of 2019, he tells us he didn't pay anything at all. And then he tells us, I thought you had to pay quarterly, but you don't have to pay anything at all. Holy fucking shit. This is something he should have figured out within the last year at least, right? Because wasn't he paranoid last year about late fees? So he wanted to stay on top of his taxes and pay every quarterly tax amount on time. It's almost like he was just crying to his fans about late fees and penalties because we apparently had a shareholder meeting and not watching some fat dude play games. He seemed really fucking scared of those late fees and penalties. Or maybe he was just trying to get people to feel bad for him and give him more money.
It's complete bullshit. They actually, what it really is true, they slap you with a little fine, and that's it. So I have to pay a little fine.
How much is the little fine, by the way? Is it $10 or is it $100?
Didn't pay the taxes over the course of the year the way they wanted me to, but there's actually no other penalty.
No other penalty
until I don't pay in time. Okay. So That's the good news, because I was like, man, not only am I gonna owe what I owe, but then on top of that, there's gonna be this ginormous amount of
This
extra
didn't happen
money,
last year to
and
him?
how will it even be manageable? And the truth is
Because this should have
not
happened
it,
last
okay?
year. He
So that's
should have
good.
figured this out last
all right?
year.
The bad news is I do still owe a giant chunk
Of
of
course.
money, and yes, it is due by mid-April. And yeah, I don't have enough money to pay it. Hell
Of
no.
course.
So I do have, just pure clarification purposes, I do have some money. Yes, absolutely, from the large amount.
I love how this dude got gifted a bunch of subs months ago. How long was Emerald 7? I think he got paid for Emerald 7 subs in February. Like, that shit was months ago. And it still gets brought up. That's unbelievable. I don't know anybody else that have this situation going on with their streams. I guess because he made it all about him trying to keep a house and pay his bills and not just to stay, to continue being a YouTuber. Because he got so weird about it, it's kind of just like this now. It's this weird, really obnoxious fucking conversation with a dude that you can't even look at his fucking face. He begging for money and you can't even look at him. You look at a fucking slideshow as he begs for money. I'm hearing this dude talk about taxes and I look at the fucking screen and I see that weird looking like Castlevania man or some shit. Oh.
Of subscriptions that were gifted to me by Emerald 7 back in December.
Unbelievable.
Okay? But it's only a certain amount of money, and I knew it wasn't going to be enough to pay the taxes. It's not even close, all right? So to give you guys some perspective here, all right?
So more than $10,000 wasn't a lot of money, apparently. Thanks, Emerald 7. I hope you didn't give him money for taxes.
Regards to
He obviously
the
was just a
amount
big
that I
fan.
owe, plus there's another thing. I have to pay my accountant, obviously, not my accountant, my tax guy, for doing all my taxes and everything.
By the way, he was a tax accountant last year because we just listened to the video from the start of last year. He was a tax accountant. Over the course of 2018, he evolved and devolved into tax accountants, attorneys, CPAs, and now in the start of 2019, he's the tax guy. The tax guy. That sounds like the type of dude that would come do your taxes with a helmet on. The tax guy. It's the guy. I'm watching his Twitch.
And he's charging me over $1,000.
I'm hearing a dude talk about taxes, right? Look at what we got on screen. Look at what he shows you. A weird fucking, really weird picture a dude made for him with like an anime girl on the left. And his really smug, I don't even know what to call that face. But how are we supposed to take this seriously? This is a fucking joke. We're talking about taxes as we look at this.
to do the taxes.
And on my side, you got an anime girl dancing.
Is not surprising. Tax guys usually charge
Tax
a lot
guys.
of money. So regarding, instead of giving you complicated math,
Of course, he thinks we're dumb, so he doesn't want to give us complicated math. Complicated math. This is the same motherfucker that had a tax situation all last year and the year before that, and somehow didn't figure this out and told us he didn't know how some of the tax stuff worked. He spent a whole year telling everybody else they didn't know how taxes work.
going to just confuse the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, everybody's going to be
Like, I have
confused.
this
We're so
much, but I owe
stupid.
this much, so that when you do the math of this much, but then I owe this to do the taxes. So this, it's too complicated. What I did is I sat down, all right, and I figured it out math-wise. How much do I still owe in total, even...
By the way, why did he have to crunch numbers himself? Doesn't he have a tax guy? If the tax guy gave him the complicated numbers, why couldn't he ask his tax guy to give him the simple number? This is retardation.
Is I sat
I like
down,
how he tells us he sat down, because I was going to assume he stood up to do a math problem.
all right, and I figured it out math-wise. How much do I still owe in total, even factoring in the amount of money that I have and everything to put towards it, all right? Even factoring in the amount of money that I put towards...
He is really stalling his statements. Holy shit. And it's the same dude that say he mastered talking. Is this some kind of way of talking to people to make them forget everything you said?
it.
Okay.
Crap, but I didn't add that.
Wow.
Okay, I didn't even do this right. I have to factor in. So this is what I owe, and this is how much he's going to charge me to do the taxes.
Huh?
So let me add these two numbers quickly. Hold on, everybody. Let me get my calculator. Out.
But wow. Okay.
So this plus
Oof.
this. Okay. Hell! All right. So, factoring in all things and what I already have to put towards it.
I do like how he bragged in the start, like, well, I don't want to confuse you with the complicated numbers, so I'm just going to give you the simple number. And he forgot something and had to add it to his calculator at the last minute. Nice.
Amount that I still am going to owe to the government. All right. $17,161.
$17,161. Okay. Thanks for the literal calculator number.
Ouch.
Ouch.
That is horrible, right? That's fucking insane
It
amount
was
of money.
$30,000 a couple of days ago, and a couple of weeks before that it was $20,000. So $17K ain't shit. We got it, dude. Very nice.
Yeah. That's what they're telling me I owe by mid-April. Okay? That is bad. All right? But. We don't have to be disheartened yet. Okay? Not yet. Because there's some good news. All right? Here's what my tax guy told me. Okay? He said, the good news is that he works with the government all the time. And he is very confident, all right, very confident, that if I can raise a certain amount of money by...
Now, this is bullshit. He goes out of his way to say, I'm going to tell you a simple number, $17,171. He give us that exact number. Is he really going to not tell us how much money we supposed to give him to stick around? Because I don't like that word, and certain amount of money. That's his fake numbers he loves to come up with. Certain amount isn't an amount. You have to actually use numbers when you talk about money, and you don't use words.
Mid-April and put it towards this.
Certain amount.
That he's confident that he can take the rest of what I owe.
What is the certain amount? I guess we have to show up Saturday for his begging stream to see. I can't wait.
And he could negotiate it into a payment plan. Okay? Now, what the payment plan would be and everything, I don't know. Basically,
well, you know what? I get it. That's why he had to do the math on his calculator, because the other dude kept calling money certain amounts and big amounts and small amounts. I gotcha. Because apparently the tax guy don't know how to say numbers, and DSP do. A certain amount.
At the very least 2 years, if not longer. And if that's the case, like let's say, for example, I'm just going to give you a hypothetical. Let's say I can raise,
Why are we getting hypotheticals now?
Let's just $5,000. Let's say I can raise $5,000 between now and mid-April to put towards this total of 17 grand that I still owe. Okay? So then he'll take the remaining money and figure it out, divided by 24 or whatever, and say, okay, there's a monthly payment of this. But it's not guaranteed. Like, he's basically saying he's going to try to get me the best terms possible, but he can't do that until we see actually how much I have to put towards the taxes. You see what I mean? Like, once he has an amount and say, okay, this is what you owe, I'll go to the federal government, I'll tell them
I'll go to the federal government
situation, and I'll put you
He's
on
going to tell the federal government about view counts, obviously. They're going to have a big discussion about it.
direct program where every month they basically take it right out of your bank account. And as long as you do that and you agree to these terms, there's like no fees, no interest. You're not going to get destroyed. It's just going to be a set payment plan for, a set amount of time.
Set amount of time, 1 year or 2 year, turned into a set amount of time.
Okay.
Smart.
Now, I'm going to be very honest with everyone here.
He's going to be very honest. That's why we get certain amount of time and a certain amount of money. That's how we be honest. We don't give people numbers. And we make up hypothetical numbers. So we get $17,161 owed as total taxes, I guess. We get that in the start because he wants you to think that he being super honest about everything. And then halfway through the fucking segment, He giving us certain amount and certain amount. And hypothetical numbers. Literal fake fucking news. Fake information, 100%. Hypothetical numbers. 17,161 might be a hypothetical number his calculator came up with.
Right? I don't know if the payment plan's going to work.
Of course it
Because
won't.
right now, as I told you guys, month
I have no money.
I'm having big difficulties just making ends
He
meet.
has big difficulties making ends meet. He can't do anything outside of beg online to make any money anywhere. But he has big difficulties every month making ends meet. Of course. He lived like a hood rat. He want to have fun and do stupid stuff all day. But he can't even make ends meet? What? But that's if you believe what he tell you. So
Just being very honest.
just being
with all.
very honest.
Okay. So, just being a very
Just
honest.
being very honest. 3 times he said this in the last 2 sentences, I think. Just being honest. That's why you gave us hypothetical numbers, right?
Here, the payment plan might not work. It may be that he says, okay, here's what it is. I'm like, shit, well, I can't afford that. What I'm going to have to do now is call all my credit card companies and negotiate with them so that I don't have to pay as much every month, but that's probably going to freeze those cards so I can't use them anymore to do things like buy video games for the business or buy
I thought you bought video games with tips.
food.
And if you buy everything with credit cards, what do you do when Twitch pay? You pay off the credit cards? You see how much sense all of this make, right? Yeah.
And that might hurt my...
Either we can say the money he get from Twitch and shit, he spent that on everything else. But I thought he spent credit cards on everything. So what does the money from Twitch go? To the credit card companies? Is it like a recycle every month? He give like 10 grand to the card companies and then he spend 10 grand off the cards? Sheesh.
My credit... I don't know how any of this is going to work out.
I don't know how it's going to work out. Last shit never happened.
Okay, I don't know how any of this is going to work out yet at all. All right. The bottom line is this. It's not as bad as it looked at first glance. At the same time.
So were you being slightly dishonest when you gave us numbers like, what was it, $20,000 I think the first time? Then it was 30. I think it might have been lower. No, it was 16,000 at first. Then it somehow turned into 20,000 within the last month or two. Then it turned into 30,000 in the last couple of weeks on the pre-stream. And now it ends up being $17,161 allegedly. Okay, thanks.
It's certainly
I
not
mean, he
great.
could have obviously not came up with weird, extremely high numbers in the last couple of weeks. If he would obviously have a for real number anyway. He know what he was doing, and it didn't work out either.
Would have been like to be told that the tax calculations were wrong based on my income or expenses, and they were way less. They're not. So, in reality, okay.
In reality, I'm gonna be honest with you. Just being honest. In reality, so did we hear about virtual taxes earlier? Nice dead air.
In reality, here's the truth.
Here's the truth. Everything else was a lie. Confirmed. Obviously.
I need to raise as much as I can by April 15th.
My favorite number, as much as I can. I love that number because it's being honest. He being truthful. As much as I can. Don't even pretend to give us a number. As much as I can.
The more I raise, the better the situation.
The more he raises, by the way. Literally, the more you donate gets turned into the more I raise. He doesn't get donations. He raises money on his streams. Must be got a pretty good car wash.
Okay. So if I can raise, half of what I owe, all right, and have that to pay towards it, then the payment plan might actually be affordable. You see what I mean? It all depends on how much I can raise in the short term. Now, worst case scenario, I raise nothing.
Yes, of course. DSP is literally going to raise nothing. So either we can raise nothing, which is a great number, or we could raise as much as I can, which is another fantastic number. Can we put that on like a donation bar? nothing can be zero, and as much as I can be a question mark.
In which case,
What a
I
joke.
can't even afford to put anything towards it.
And you know what?
And
I just thought about it this way too. You know why he don't want to give us a real number? Imagine if he said, "I owe $17,161 in taxes, but if I pay $9,000 by then, I'll be all right, and the payment plan won't be that bad." The way his mind works is that people are gonna donate exactly the amount of $9,000 to him. His actual real life fans that give him a lot of money, they're gonna donate that much money and fucking go to the Kiwi farms, I guess, to look at the calculations and then just never donate again. So that's why he don't want to give us a real number. He want to give us words and nonsense, like as much as I can. Because what if you, I'm talking to you. Yeah, you. What if you got 10 grand right now and you can just spend it on anything? You got way more money besides that. And you say, holy shit, I really want to help DSP out. He wants $10,000 to pay his taxes. Sure, here you go, $10,000. Then he think no one would donate after that ever again, because I guess his fans don't like him enough. They don't want him to live comfortably. They want him to beg every month. You know what? That's technically what they're doing. If his fans got to wait for him to beg this much and to do 12-hour streams, they're not the best fans in the world. Oh well, I guess they just want him to dance for him.
then he basically said, if you can't, pay it down at all, that you have to basically show good faith, okay? And he's like, if that's the case,
just give him
then
$1.
he doesn't know if he can even get me the payment plan, in which case I definitely would have to sell my house this year. I'm just going to be showing in default arrears.
This year, by the way. I can't wait to sell a house next year.
Whatever it's called. Interest and fees will start accruing, and that's it. I got to sell my house. There's nothing I can do about it. It's the only way I can make the money. All right. But what I'm hoping is that, with this marathon on Saturday, where we're trying to raise as many tips for this situation, that I can raise.
We're trying to raise tips. But then he considers donations what he called it, earnings or some stupid shit. So when we donate, it's us. We got a tip, and then somewhere along the line, I guess when it get farther through the internet wise, it turns into his earnings. What I'm trying to say is, he basically take the personalness out of it. Obviously, if you get his dude $10,000, if you give anybody $10,000 for just being around, imagine you got a haircut, you got a $10 haircut, you get a dude 10 grand. Yeah, on his taxes, he would have to list it as earnings, but he would kind of be a little bit of a dickhead if he said, I made $10,000 just not cutting hair, because maybe he just got a lot of clients. I don't know.
Enough to make a
earnings.
big dent.
Now it's us. Now it's us
raise
getting money.
Saturday, where we're trying to raise money.
We're trying to raise funds. We're trying to raise funds so it can turn into him having earnings.
Tips for this situation.
Obviously.
That I can raise enough.
Oh no! Now he raising enough.
Big dent in this tax total.
Total.
Get it down as much as I can.
Forgot the number already.
And that he can get me on a payment plan that's affordable for me. And then we see what happens this year. The thing is, we have no clue what's going to happen this year. We've got so many things going on that are uncertain. Will my streams continue to grow this year and become more popular? What's going to happen with YouTube and its ad revenue? I have no idea. What's Article 13? How's that going to affect
Are we done with the
stuff?
video over here, DSP?
We don't know. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of factors going on. And, I've talked so much on microphone for the last 10 freaking years that I've pretty much mastered it.
Yeah, this is someone who's master talking. He putting on a really, really good job of pretending like he a fucking caveman.
New Phase of Creation, you obviously have not listened to a word that I fucking said.
And he just unbanned New Face of Creation recently. That was one of the people that was on the DSP permanent hate list. It's me, third out of third. It used to be New Face of Creation and Kozatov. And both of those dudes just got unbanned. They're not even fucking pay pigs. They're just friends with his gay chat. And now he already shitting on New Face of Creation. He ain't even been around a month.
I said that the
He
total
yelling
that
at
I
him.
just told all of you is after any money I have left over from Emerald 7. You need the total years of creation. You obviously have
He
not
obviously didn't listen.
listened to a word that I fucking said. I said that the total that I just told all of you is after any money I have left over from Emerald 7.
He didn't. Whatever. If he did say it, I didn't hear it.
You need to open your ears.
He heavily implied it, but I thought he was being honest. That's why we need to raise as much as he can, because he's being honest.
No, it's people like you who basically start shit. Oh, well, Phil didn't say.
You love this little fucking soy voice that he do so much, by the way. People like you.
I know, it's people like you.
People like
Who
you.
basically start shit. Oh, well, Phil didn't say. Oh, what did he do with all that money? I just explained that. I just said after all the money I have left over, this is the total left. So open your fucking ears. Because people like you do piss me off.
People like you do piss me off. You just unbanned this dude. And this is the first interaction you had with him since you unbanned him. People like you really do piss me off.
When you start, I
Nice.
just explained it, and now you act like I never said it, and then people will have weird conspiracy theories about where the money went. Okay? So stop it.
I like how everyone's going to have conspiracy theories because a New Face of Creation in the chat said something. It was probably like 300 people watching when he said this. And we can't even see the chat on screen. And when you act like this, that make people pull up the logs to find what the dude said days after he said it.
Listen
Listen
the
the
fuck
fuck
up.
up.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
What a
Now.
cool guy.
Jesus.
Oh man, I just noticed my microphone was desynced this whole time. God damn it. Oh well.
So here's the deal.
I'm sure by now somebody already posted a comment saying that it was delayed and shit, because it definitely is.
I think it's time, basically now that I know what I owe, I know what I'm up against. If I can raise around $17,000, boom, I'm actually good. Like, that would put me in a good position. I'd be like, wow, I raised the money. The taxes aren't even an issue for this year. Now I can just go on business as usual and not have to worry about it at all. Realistically, do I see myself raising $17,000 in 3 weeks? No. Just being very honest with all. Raising 17,000, go on business as usual and not have to worry about it at all. Realistically, do I see myself raising
Now it's, do I see myself raising this money? It went from the money I earn to the money we can raise to the money he raising. Nice.
Now I can just go on business as usual and not have to worry about it at all.
Fucking
Realistically,
nice.
do I see myself raising $17,000 in 3 weeks? No. Just being very honest with all of you. All right? Being very, very honest with all of you.
I'm being very, very honest with all of you. I don't think you're high enough quality pay pigs to give me $17,000 by the middle of April. He's saying it's like he can sell extra artwork or make extra music, or I don't know, take extra pizzas out for delivery or some shit. That's the way he talk about it when he say I don't see myself making that much or raising that much by then. Like he can just do more work and he's gonna by default make more money. You're not getting paid by the hour to stream. The money you raise in this situation wouldn't be money you raised. It would be money people gave you. Even though you got to put it as money earned on your taxes, but I guess it's fair because we are talking about taxes.
don't foresee this happening whatsoever. Okay? I don't.
Okay.
What I'm hoping
What I'm
is
hoping?
that with Sekiro right here around the corner, which is good.
Hey, look, Mr. Talent Man, because he has talent, no one else has talent. No one else can draw a crowd. DSP can draw a crowd. People like him because he's been doing this for 10 years. His tax is coming up and he needs to cloud chase Sekiro to hope people show up and give him money because of the game he's playing and not because they like him or want to help him pay his taxes. Imagine that. Imagine saying everybody else don't have talent and you need to rely on people being randomly nice and a new game to come out to hope you can make some money. You can't just make better streams. You can't try at all. All you can do is beg and hope a new game come out. But everybody else is talentless. Sounds good
Going
to
to bring
me.
out a lot of people who normally wouldn't come by. with the marathon on Saturday, which I know a lot of people are going to probably come out and hopefully be generous and help out with tips, and with
Hopefully be generous and help out with tips.
my birthday week coming up.
His birthday week is coming up. So we're going to have a literal 37-year-old, because he was 36 last year, obviously. We're going to have a literal 37-year-old having a birthday week to raise money to pay his taxes. That is unbelievable. It was unbelievable last year, but it get worse every year because it get older every year.
First week of April is actually my birthday on the 6th. And, as I usually do, like last year, I'll have
As I usually do. He did it one year. Now it's usual. He's going to do it every year now.
decorations and stuff. We'll try to hype it up. Birthday week fun and stuff. Hopefully some people will be generous and will raise as much as I possibly humanly can. All right.
Wait, are we raising money again? Because I thought it was you. I thought it was you raising money and you earning money. Now we're raising money. Okay.
And go from there.
Sounds
if
good.
I can raise a big.
Now, if I can raise.
All right. And go from there. If I can raise a
I thought we were raising a bunch of money.
big amount of money and put it towards the taxes, I think I'll at least be in a good or better position than originally I had imagined. Obviously, the goal here is to be in a position that I can afford, where I'm not, oh my God,
You told
no way to
us
pay
that
bills
already.
and there's no way to pay what I owe, so
I
I have
remember.
to sell my house. All right, I don't
All
want to
right.
be in that position. Okay.
Nice. Sniff into the microphone and smell
Okay.
for us.
So
Okay.
yes, people are saying you should just do it. Do a $17,000 tips bar. Well, I'm not gonna have a tips bar, but I definitely will have a running tally of what I.
He's not going to even have a tips bar. He's not even going to give you a fucking meter on a screen. That's how much money he need, obviously. Even though last year for his taxes streams, he had a fucking bit bar on screen and it would fill up when people sent bits. Oh, well.
I've raised. Okay.
I do like how we're going to keep a running tally. No, the fuck we won't. He won't keep a running tally would mean that everybody can see it, and he won't do that. What's going to happen is Kiwi Farm's going to keep a running tally, and people are going to come to his chat saying, don't you owe about $7,000 more? Imagine if some dude came in and gave him like $5,000. Then people are going to be showing up saying, don't you need like, I don't know, like a couple thousand more? And they're going to get banned. A running tally. A running tally. What's going to be the number on the tally? $0 out of as much as I can raise, / as much as we can make, / as much as I earn. That's my favorite number.
And we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. All right. Like I told you guys, this Saturday is basically make or break for me, and it's true.
Now it's make or break. Now it's make or break again, even though it didn't sound all that bad. Now it's make or break.
need to raise a significant amount of stuff this coming Saturday.
A significant amount of stuff. It's not even money now, it's stuff.
In the hopes that I can make a giant dent in what I owe, and and go from there. So we'll see how it goes.
I thought we was making
Okay.
a dent in it. Now he doing it.
All right.
Oh my God, these pauses.
So, whew, that is it. That's the deal for now. Okay. And we'll see how it works. Well, I am feeling positive for Sekiro.
I have a
tomorrow
feeling I'm
and
missing a lot.
the marathon on
So I'm gonna let it
Saturday,
keep
and of
playing for a
course this
bit after
upcoming
this.
week we're gonna have Sekiro paired with MLB, and a lot
MLB.
of fun stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks. Okay. So
So Saturday is make or break, but let's talk about games that come out next month. But what if you don't make any money Saturday? What do you gotta sell your house, right?
that's the deal.
What a
So
joke.
anyway, in summary, I owe just over $17,000 in taxes still to the government, and I need to raise as many funds as possible before the middle of April in order to put towards said taxes. Okay? The more I raise, the better. Even if I can't raise the full
So we had I raise 3 times in a row.
amount, the more I raise, the
I raise again.
better situation it's going to put me in when I go to the government and say, "Here's what I have. Please put me on
I want him to give us another
a
we.
payment plan for the rest of it." My tax guy is very confident that as long as I can raise a significant amount of money,
Oh, I'm being honest, by the way. I love this. My tax guy is confident if I raise a significant amount of money the payment plan to be better. Well, I would assume he is. I love a certain amount of money. Imagine directly begging for people and saying you owe 17 grand in taxes, but then they say how much we need to give, and you say a certain amount of money, and you say as much as I can, as much as I can, a certain amount.
Between now and mid-April to put towards this, that will be able to get
Phenomenal.
onto this payment plan. All right. So that's the deal, and that's why,
Phil, what's the certain amount of money?
you don't have to feel discouraged or disheartened here. You don't.
And apparently we're gonna feel discouraged or dishonest.
Why, you don't have to feel discouraged or disheartened here.
Okay, disheartened. I'm gonna be discouraged and disheartened because he can't pay his bills.
You don't, because it's not like I absolutely 100% have to raise the full amount in this 3 weeks that I have. Okay, it would be amazing if I could, and I'm certainly not saying, oh my God, I wouldn't want that. I mean, obviously, yes, if I could raise that full amount in both
Holy
3 weeks that I have.
wow.
Okay, it would be amazing if I could, and I'm certainly not saying, oh my God, I wouldn't want.
It wouldn't, it wouldn't.
I mean, obviously, yes. If I could raise
Sheesh.
that full amount and boom, put it right towards it, holy shit, that would basically make the rest of my year
No, it wouldn't. You said that last year.
be so much better, and I don't have to constantly worry about this shit.
You said
okay?
that last year.
But the bottom line is,
What a fucking thought. Basically telling us it'll make him happy if he got a lot of money. If he raised the $17,000, that would make his year. Jeez Louise. I know he wears small shirts, but he's not going to get that much money for those
in
things.
reality, I'm pretty sure we all know I'm not raising that much. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens.
And how bad is it supposed to make your viewers feel if you tell your viewers, I know we're not going to raise that much money by then? So you not only begging to us, and you also calling us broke. I know we won't make that much money this year. You guys can't do it. Thanks.
Let's see what happens with Sekiro. Let's see what happens with the marathon
Thanks.
on Saturday. Let's see what happens with my birthday week. And let's
Friendly reminder, Docs Fidel doesn't give money to any streamer on the whole platform, and he doesn't watch anybody. And he begs this much. He begged this much. But every time somebody else make a lot of money, he shit on them. Oh, Ninja got paid $1 million to play Apex? Of course he did. Well, at least Ninja didn't have to tell his viewers to give him $17,161 for taxes that they lied about paying the year before. I don't think anyone has ever done that besides you.
hope for the best, and hopefully, this can turn into something positive, and between what I can actually realistically raise and everything, things work out well.
I love the realistic number of as much as I can get and a significant amount. That's apparently realistic numbers.
Okay. In addition to that, my trip to Connecticut is set. It's going to be the second week.
Okay. That's it for me. Thank you for watching the video. Hopefully you learned something. I did learn that significant amount is how you give people numbers when you're being honest. I did learn that. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Have a nice day.